Rob Arps' hands are in two worlds. In one, he is an artist. With a degree in sculpture from the University of Oregon and nearly 2 decades of experience, he sculpts with ease.
So whenever you go from small to large, what you'll find is there's always detail that needs to be introduced on the larger version that you didn't need on the smaller version. So there's still a lot of decisions to be made and a lot of work to be done at this point.
In the other world, Rob is a forward-looking businessman.
So this is one of our newest pieces of equipment. It's a 7-axis robotic machining system. And this is a really incredible piece of technology.
Who's embraced today's digital high-tech engineering sphere. A strategic move that's allowed him to offer artists options when it comes to putting out their work.
Now, as you know, engineers and artists kind of work on different frequencies. I happen to have a tolerance for both, and so I kind of merge both engineering and artistry in a way that nobody else really has.
That merging has created the Additive Workshop in Wilsonville, Oregon.
We're a full-service sculpture studio and 3D workshop. We work in all stages of 3D creation and development, and that might mean artistic hands-on work, reverse engineering with scanning, computer-aided design, and the actual rendering of the artwork in a number and variety of different materials, anything from foam to bronze to exotic hardwoods, you name it.
As a result of these middleman services, Rob says clients' artworks are not only creative, but also marketable and can be found around the country and the world.
It's an example of the size is no limitation policy here at Additive Workshop. It's 25 feet to the tip of the nose, so it's a life-size humpback whale.
The whale's impressive height is made possible by its foam substructure, or armature, a digital process that starts with a sophisticated computer program.
And the line going down the part is showing the route that the tool will take across the foam.
And ends with the dance of a block of foam and a smart, cutting-edge robot's arm.
This is a piece of artwork that I created as a relief. And I sculpted this up by hand.
Rob is no stranger to the old school methods. It led him to a business idea.
I started out just as an artist. I went to school. I've had traditional training and worked as an artist for a number of years on my own, and really developed this business by first getting in contact with artists and working as an assistant, and then later on providing my assistance to a variety of artists, and it really just expounded from there.
That expansion included a solid grip on technology.
This right here is a relief of this figure, and where again I probably put 50 hours into creating this piece of artwork. This was generated basically by pushing a few buttons in the computer program in order to compress this image in
while still relying on the old.
So, you know, we still employ all the classical traditions. Here's a book that was produced at the turn of the century. Very famous teacher, Edward Lentieri, kind of considered the sculpting studio Bible.
But ask this tech-savvy artist if today's methods might actually create a contentious relationship between art and technology.
Absolutely not. You know, I like to use the story about there's a couple of primitives in a cave scratching hieroglyphics into a wall, and one of the primitives will pick up a rock and start doing a better job at it. The other, a primitive, looks over and says, where's the art in that? And that's essentially what happens. We get kind of attached to our old ways when we find a new tool to do it better. And this has always been the case in artwork. Artists have always been on the cutting edge from the classical times in order to make their process go easier, more efficiently, and create a better piece of artwork. And that means employing the best, most available tools and technology.
One tool that his workshop employs so that artists can walk away with smaller or larger models of their work is the scanner. With its 2 cameras, the scanner creates a watertight computer model.
This technology is changing rapidly. This particular scanner captures 8 million points of information per shot. It creates enormous files that are extremely detailed, sub-fingerprint quality detail, and will archive this artwork very, very accurately.
Once an image is scanned, it's printed out.
Here's Jerry's page as well.
So this is, hey Tim, do you want to grab the small piece that's sitting on my desk? So this just came off the photopolymer printer, and this is a rapid prototyping system. It builds the artwork layer by layer, and you might not be able to tell what's going on right now, but as we start to pull off the support material, what we're going to end up with is a larger version of this piece right here. So what we're going to do is all of this will be pulled off, and then we're going to clean it up. And when we're done, this will pretty much be ready to be sent off to a foundry and cast in bronze.
Portland sculptor Martin Eichinger's work has known the tools of the Additive Workshop services. He relies on their techniques.
More all the time. You know, at first I needed to have a sculpture like this either get larger to monumental scale or else smaller to a more sellable scale, and I saw his technology as a great way to do it. This doesn't ever happen by itself. This always needs kind of a team of people to make it work, and so Rob is a great team person. You know, he gets on board with everybody's dreams and helps them come about, and he's been a great resource for me.
All of the 10 employees at the workshop not only have digital tech skills, but also a knowledge of traditional art.
Everyone who works here has a background in art, so we're all art school trained. The engineering side of things, to a lesser degree, I suppose, that we started out as artists first and then learned the engineering side second.
And that fine art can be seen all over the studio. All are pieces that technology helped define, yet they are first and finally an expression of the artist.
What I try to explain to people that with artwork, it's really about the alpha and the omega. So the alpha would be the original piece of artwork at the scale that it was originally sculpted, and the omega would be the finished process where it's ended. And you can use technology and you can use new tools for all of the stuff in the middle, but you truly need an artist at the alpha and the omega. So once this is in foam, that the application of the clay and the final surface is going to be what you're presenting. So it really does take an artist to finish out the piece of work.